Maybe you already have a small brown bottle at home that can save your plants better than expensive products from a garden store. Usually, people take it out when they need to treat a scratch or a cut. But experienced gardeners have been using it in a completely different way for a long time. It helps fight pests, save roots after overwatering, speed up seed germination, clean pots, protect seedlings, and even help plants breathe. And the most interesting part is that we are talking about ordinary 3% hydrogen peroxide. But there is one important point here. If you use it incorrectly, you may not help the plant, but harm it. So today I will show you 10 ways hydrogen peroxide can really be useful in the garden, greenhouse, and at home. And at the end, I will definitely tell you in which cases it is better not to use it too often. Why hydrogen peroxide works. Hydrogen peroxide looks almost like ordinary water, but it has one important difference. Ordinary water is H2O, and hydrogen peroxide is H2O2. That means its molecule has one extra oxygen atom, and when hydrogen peroxide gets into the soil, onto roots, or onto the surface of a leaf, it gradually breaks down into water and oxygen. It is this short release of oxygen that makes it interesting for gardeners. It can help in cases where the problem is connected with wet soil, fungi, pest larvae, dirty tools, or a lack of air around the roots. But remember the main thing right away. For plants, only ordinary pharmacy 3% hydrogen peroxide is used, and most often only in diluted form. Stronger solutions can burn leaves and roots. And now let's start with the first case, where hydrogen peroxide often shows the fastest result. Method 1. Against fungus gnats. If tiny flies are flying above your houseplants, the problem is not only the adult insects themselves. The most unpleasant part happens in the soil. Fungus gnat larvae live in the moist upper layer of the soil and can damage tender young roots. This is especially dangerous for seedlings and weak plants. And this is where hydrogen peroxide can help. For treatment, use a solution. 1 part 3% hydrogen peroxide and 4 parts water. Carefully water the moist soil with this solution. When hydrogen peroxide reaches the upper layer of soil, it starts to fizz and release oxygen. This helps affect the larvae and eggs hiding in the soil. But it is important to understand, one treatment may not be enough. Usually this treatment is repeated about once a week until the gnats disappear. And there is one more secret here. If you continue constantly overwatering the plant, the gnats can come back again. Hydrogen peroxide helps remove the problem, but the main cause is often soil that is too wet. And the next method is even more important, because it concerns a mistake that kills a huge number of houseplants. Method 2. Saving roots after overwatering. Most houseplants do not die from pests. Very often, they are simply overwatered. When soil stays wet for too long, the roots stop receiving oxygen. In this environment, fungi and bacteria begin to develop actively, and the roots become dark, soft, and start to rot. This is root rot. In this situation, hydrogen peroxide is used not as a magical cure, but as part of saving the plant. If the plant has already suffered badly, it needs to be removed from the pot, the roots inspected, the rotten dark areas removed, and then repotted into fresh soil. The remaining healthy roots can be carefully rinsed with a weak solution of hydrogen peroxide and water. The point here is that hydrogen peroxide gives the roots extra oxygen and helps reduce the number of unwanted microorganisms in the root zone. But if after that you plant it again in heavy, wet soil without drainage, the problem will return. So hydrogen peroxide is not a replacement for proper watering. It is help at the moment when the root system is already suffering. And if the roots are now clearer, The next method can be useful even before the plant appears from the soil at all. Method 3. Soaking seeds for better germination. Sometimes seeds stay in the soil for too long, especially if they have a dense outer coat. Hydrogen peroxide can be used for a short seed soak before planting. It helps slightly soften the outer shell of the seed and at the same time clean the surface from some pathogens that may be on the seed coat. For this, use a weak solution, about 1 ounce of 3% hydrogen peroxide per 1 pint of water, or, more simply, a very gently diluted solution. Soak the seeds briefly, for about 15 to 30 minutes, and then plant them. Tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and legumes can respond especially well to this preparation. But here it is important not to think that the longer, the better. Too long of a treatment can damage the seeds, so this method works exactly as a short starting boost, to clean, activate, and help moisture enter inside faster. And now, let's move on to a problem that many people have seen on leaves at least once. Method 4. Against powdery mildew. If a white or grayish coating appears on the leaves, looking like dust or flour, it may be powdery mildew. It looks almost harmless, but in reality, it prevents the leaves from working normally. A leaf is the plant's solar panel, and when its surface is covered with fungal coating, photosynthesis becomes worse. The plant weakens, growth slows down, and the disease can quickly spread further. Hydrogen peroxide is used as a leaf spray. One option for the solution: 4 tablespoons of 3% hydrogen peroxide per 4 cups of water. Carefully spray the leaves with this solution, trying to cover not only the upper side, but also the underside. But there is an important rule. Do not do this in heat or under direct sun. It is better to treat in the morning or evening when there is no scorching light. This reduces the risk of leaf burns. And if powdery mildew has already spread strongly, the treatment needs to be repeated until the white coating starts to disappear. But hydrogen peroxide helps not only on leaves. The next method is connected with something we usually do not see: the air inside the soil. Method 5. Oxygen for roots. Healthy roots need more than just watering. They need air. If the soil is too dense, heavy, or constantly wet, the roots begin to suffocate. The plant may look wilted, the leaves become dull, and growth slows down, even though it seems like you are watering and caring for it. In this situation, a weak hydrogen peroxide solution can temporarily improve the condition of the root zone. One gentle option is 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide per 1 cup of water. This solution can be used as a careful soil drench to add oxygen to the root zone. But here it is important not to overdo it. Hydrogen peroxide should not become a permanent replacement for normal soil. If the soil has become compacted, it needs to be improved. Add a looser structure, watch the drainage, and do not water the plant too often. Hydrogen peroxide can give a quick effect, but the foundation of plant health is proper soil and proper watering. And now, a method that is especially interesting for those fighting pests on leaves. Method 6. Against aphids and spider mites. Aphids and spider mites reproduce very quickly. Today you see a few insects, and in a few days the entire young top of the plant may already be covered with pests. Aphids suck sap from young shoots, the leaves curl, and the plant weakens. Spider mites often hide on the underside of leaves, leave tiny dots and fine webbing, and can quickly damage the plant. Hydrogen peroxide can be used as a contact spray against soft-bodied pests. One gentle option: 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide per 1 cup of water. You should not spray only from above, but exactly where the pests hide: the underside of leaves, young shoots, tips, and places where aphids gather. But do not forget to do a test. First, treat one leaf and wait 24 to 48 hours. If the plant reacts normally, you can continue the treatment. And one more important rule: beneficial insects, such as ladybugs, should not get under the fresh spray. It is better to treat only the infected areas directly.
And the next method is not about the plant itself, but it can stop the spread of diseases better than it seems. Method 7. Disinfecting garden tools. Pruning shears can be an invisible carrier of disease. You cut off a diseased leaf, then move to a healthy plant with the same blade, and the disease can already move further. This is how fungal infections, bacterial diseases, and some viruses can spread. That is why experienced gardeners and professional propagators regularly disinfect their tools. Ordinary 3% hydrogen peroxide can be used to wipe or spray the blades of pruning shears, scissors, and garden knives between plants. This is especially important during disease season, when pruning seedlings, removing infected leaves, or working in a greenhouse. Plus, hydrogen peroxide does not leave such a harsh residue as some more aggressive products. This is a very simple step that takes a few seconds but can save dozens of plants. And the next method is especially important for seedlings. Method 8. Protecting seedlings from damping off. There is a disease that can destroy seedlings literally overnight. The seedlings have just sprouted, looking tender and healthy, and then suddenly they fall over at the base of the stem. This is often called black leg or damping off. The cause is soil-borne fungi that attack the thin little stem right at the soil line. Hydrogen peroxide can be used as a very light preventative watering during the first week after sowing. A gentle solution is about 1 teaspoon of 3% hydrogen peroxide per 1 cup of water. It creates an environment that is less comfortable for fungi and helps reduce the risk of young seedlings being affected. But here it is especially important to be careful. Seedlings are very delicate. You do not need to make a strong solution, you do not need to water too often, and you do not need to soak the soil. The main goal is light prevention, not aggressive treatment. And if you grow seedlings every season, the next method can also be very useful. Method 9. Treating old pots. An old pot may look clean, but inside it there may still be fungal spores, pest eggs, mineral deposits, and traces of the previous plant. If you plant a new plant there without treatment, you can transfer old problems into the fresh planting. Hydrogen peroxide can be used to clean old containers. Or one option is to soak the pots for 20 to 30 minutes in a solution of equal parts 3% hydrogen peroxide and water, and then rinse them well. This helps remove some hidden threats without the harsh effect that stronger products can have. It is especially useful to do this before planting seedlings, houseplants, or any crops that are sensitive to fungal diseases. And now the last method. It seems unexpected, but it can be useful for those who water plants with ordinary tap water. Method 10. Improving tap water. In many cities, tap water is chlorinated. For people, this is needed to make the water safer, but for soil and beneficial microorganisms, excess chlorine can be undesirable. Soil life, bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms, helps process nutrients and maintain a healthy root zone. A small amount of hydrogen peroxide is added to a watering can to reduce the effect of chlorine and make the water closer to natural water in its effect on plants. Ferns, peace lilies, orchids, and other plants that react poorly to hard or treated water can be especially sensitive. But here it is important not to turn this into a random habit without moderation. Use only weak concentrations and watch how the plants react. Important warnings. And now the most important part. Hydrogen peroxide is not magic water that you can pour on everything every day. You should use only ordinary 3% hydrogen peroxide. Stronger solutions can burn leaves, roots, and young tissues. Before treating the whole plant, it is better to test one leaf and wait 24 to 48 hours. And one more thing, hydrogen peroxide affects not only bad microorganisms. If used too often, it can also disturb the beneficial microflora of the soil. So its strength is not in constant use, but in proper use in the right situation. If there are fungus gnats, treat the soil. If the plant has suffered from overwatering, help the roots and repot it properly. If there are aphids or powdery mildew on the leaves, Use a targeted spray. If you are working with pruning shears, wipe the tool. If you are planting in old pots, treat them in advance. One small bottle can give a lot of benefits at once, but only if you use it carefully in the right concentration, and do not forget to observe the plant. In the next video, I will show several more simple gardening methods that look too ordinary, but can greatly change plant health without expensive chemicals.